G'day guys, and welcome to SEMA 2025, one of the biggest, baddest and best automotive shows in the world. Let's check it out. From the mild to the wild and the insane, there's definitely no shortage of Jeeps, plenty of modified Broncos, no shortage of full-size American trucks, and there are even a few Land Cruisers. Wow.
So stick around as we show you the most exciting innovations this show has to offer.
Have a look at these things, guys. Super low profile tyres, off-road tread, I don't know why. Chassis fully adorned in all of these panels, modified airbag, king shock suspension, everything absolutely modified. Even the lighting around the brakes, pavement princess, but have a look at the attention to detail. The level of engineering, it's just outstanding. Guys, SEMA never ceases to impress me. It is always next level. Certainly didn't expect to see a Suzuki Sierra, and this one has been fully coil converted. Still haven't got the rear seat. Guys, they've even got military vehicles here. This is the Renegade APC. It'll seat 12 people and it's got 9 gun ports. What a beast. I reckon this thing would be a stack of fun off-road, and I reckon it'd give the Iveco a run for its money. Ho, ho. There are so many amazing vehicles here and so many crazy builds, I don't even know what this thing is. Are they promoting tyres, wheels, suspension, or something else? I don't know. That is literally insane. I thought it had no engine, but it actually drives. Have a look at that. The Dutch Destroyer. Do we have to guess where you guys are from?
Australia.
Australia? Nice outfits, guys. Guys, pretty excited to see a 212 here at SEMA. Now we know this vehicle is doing exceptionally well in China, and for the price, around $20,000 US, this is an absolute bargain of a four-wheel drive. But what I didn't expect to see is the 212 in USA, armed with a V8. Have a look at the big 4-barrel. This is apparently a V8 out of a BMW. That is just sensational. Now this car's actually been set up for high horsepower for drifting. That's why it's lowered, guys. It's a drift car, and it's certainly got plenty of power now, but that is a testament again to the way these cars are built and manufactured. You can modify them, you can do a heap with them, and they're affordable. That's awesome.
We do some pretty cool stuff in Australia, but I'll tell you what, no one does it quite like the US. Some of the trucks here are out of control. We've seen some of the big rigs here, F450s and bigger things than that, and I'll tell you what, no one does a lift kit like America. Some of these trucks are absolutely massive. I'm a little bit jealous, not gonna lie.
You're not wrong, Matt. We'd need a step ladder to get into most of these. But with what they lose in practicality, they definitely make it up in spectacle. These massive trucks seem to be the flavour of the day here at SEMA, and we were loving every second of it.
There's no shortage of global manufacturers here. Now these guys at TRE 4x4 have got an Aussie spec Y62 Nissan Patrol. Let's see what else they've got on offer.
This is Matt with Campsite 204's vehicle. He is running our portal axle kit and our electric lockers front and rear.
All right guys, this is what we call a portal axle. What it effectively does is it takes the drive line from this height and drops it to the output here. So this is in effect a 4.5-inch lift kit without actually changing the suspension. Now keep in mind guys, you are increasing the mass here, the unsprung mass of the vehicle, so that means you do need to make some adjustments, some changes to your suspension if you want to maintain the comfortable, correct steering and suspension reaction of your vehicle. What are the gains? Okay, of course you're going to get a little bit of extra width, which gives you that nice fat stance overall for the vehicle, but this height is going to allow you to have far more clearance underneath the differentials. We've got 40-inch tyres. This is in effect the same clearance as running 49-inch tyres. So that 4.5-inch lift is basically the same as adding a 9-inch taller tyre. So you are saving a lot of mass there, which also means that you're reducing the amount of lag for the engine, so you're maintaining its power and torque without having to go to a larger tyre to maximise the clearance of the vehicle. So the portals, you can also set them up with a reduction. In this particular Y62, they've chosen for a 1-to-1 ratio in the portals, but you can go for a reduction there as well. And that will help you when you're running bigger tyres. But portals, drop axles, whatever you want to call them, these are a fantastic option. And these guys have got them available for Nissans, Toyotas, Jeeps, and a whole range of vehicles. Along with tyres, a diff lock is one of the best things you can do to increase the traction in your four-wheel drive. Now, diff lock operates by locking the differential between the axles, between the front or rear wheels, and allowing you to have full locked cross differential traction to maximise the performance of your 4x4. Now the big question is, do you go for an air locker or you go for an e-locker? There's two different types. One is activated by compressed air, that's the air locker. One is activated by an electrical signal, that's the e-locker. Both in effect do the same thing. They just do it slightly differently. Now with an air locker, you do have to install a compressor. The compressor, of course, is going to allow you to then clean out air filters, have compressed air available, and also pump up tyres after you've been off-road. Now there's a little bit of an argument around for the air locker that the air lines can be damaged quite easily. Now it is a semi-stiff line that sticks out of the diff, and it can be hit by a stick, by mud, by other debris, and damaged. Whereas the air locker, you can run the electrical lines a little bit neater and flush to the diff and have them cable tied and protected a bit more. But realistically, whether it's an electronic line or a compressed air line, you've got something running from the chassis of the vehicle to the differential, which is vulnerable. So it really comes down to a personal choice of whether you want an air locker or an e-locker. TRE 4x4 offer both, so you can have the best of both worlds, possibly an air locker in the rear and an e-locker in the front. TRE 4x4 also offer the Omnic range of suspension. Now you can see here the coil-over strut, you can see here the standard type of shock, but they've also got adjustable shock absorbers so you can play with specific tuning of your suspension setup. So adjusting the suspension will change how the oil flows through the piston. We've got it set here at a nice light setting, and it still takes a fair bit of effort to move that piston, but if I crank that up to a higher adjustment, that gives you far more absorption, a far stiffer rate to respond to how your spring is responding to the terrain. So adjustable suspension, it's one way of tuning it quickly and easily.
I love walking through SEMA. Some of the builds are just technically brilliant. Some are a bit strange. Some are insane. But they are all extremely unique. You can just tell these builds are fueled on passion.
One of my favourite off-road accessories is definitely lighting. One of the first things to catch your eye are these animated lights here. Now this is the big one, the 8-inch Halo Pro. Now this can be controlled in so many different ways, and it comes with this 4-switch control panel here. The rotating DRL here, you can actually switch between 7 different modes. So it's impressive with the different styles, the animations, the actions that you can get out of that. But you can also control the side lights and the main lights individually, and you can change the colour of the DRL. So if we remove the amber, you can see from white to amber there, which is a real theme of the Novsight lights. You've got the amber and the white. You can change that. So quite impressive what these lights can do. We're talking about 6,000 Kelvin with the output there, but very, very impressive lights, and really going with that amber and white theme. The straight Halo series here you've got with the red or white can be changed, DRL there. Brilliant light output, and they come in, as you can see, in a range of configurations. The 20-inch Halo Pro light bar is a real awesome one as well. You can take off and replace these individual sections right throughout, and of course you've got the same controls, changing the rate and frequency, the style of the DRL, and also switching the light on and off. But you've got these separate DRLs here which will go from off to dark amber and through to just the standard amber. The X series come in this rectangular format. They've got the animation of the Halo Pro series, but also this standout X here, and all of the Novsight lights come with these removable amber covers that make the lights stand out, and they're super adaptable for different conditions. Switching is one of the areas where Novsight lights excel. Have a look at this one. Most of the lights come with this 4-panel switch here, the A, B, C, D, to give you different controls over especially the Halo and Halo Pro Series lights. But it gets even better with this Bluetooth switch gang, which gives you remote control of your lights up to around 30 meters of distance. That's pretty cool. But if you want to be even cooler, how about voice activated lighting? Hey Novsight,
I am here.
turn on channel 1.
Got it.
Turn on all channels.
Got it.
Turn off all channels.
Got it.
That's cool, but what do they look like on a vehicle?
This is their first time ever having a display UTV, and it's set up with the Cyber lights, the X Series, and the Halo Pro. And this very cool JL Jeep that's got just about one of everything, plus the all-new, just released, Novsight headlights.
Now I want to show you how I switched this to Christmas, because we use the Bluetooth to send the picture or the videos to the Cyber Eye. So this is Merry Christmas.
It's interesting, when you hear about SEMA, you speak to people and they tell us that there's no rooftop tents. People say there's none of the camping stuff that we have in Australia. I've been surprised, there's a lot more than I expected. We're pretty keen to get into the US market.
Not only is camping gear quite prominent here, there's actually quite a lot of innovation happening within the space.
Wildland International were one of the first to start manufacturing rooftop tents. And this year they've come with something that takes the rooftop tent camping to a whole new level. Guys, introducing the Pickup Mate Wingman X. Have a look at this. This is a fully automated high-tech camping setup. You've got remote control of both levels to put them up and down. You've got an internal battery for ongoing power. You can plug it into your vehicle, you can plug it into a power station, or you can plug it into an external mains power source. It's got internal lighting and internal speakers, and it's all controlled by remote control. The Pickup Mate Wingman X transforms your utility, your pickup, into a highly adaptable, multi-level camping setup. The super strong X-frame arms are the skeleton that helps to erect and hold up the structure. The walls are all spring-loaded to ensure that nothing gets caught or trapped when you're packing down the Wingman X. When fully packed down, it's around the same height as the roofline of your vehicle, and you get an increase in around 15% of carrying space inside the tub. All of the functions are easily operated from this handheld remote. Let's send it up. Wildland break their product range up into 3 separate categories. The first category is on the ground. It's all of this camping gear right here, the tables and chairs and more. You've then got the lighting range with a diverse selection of camping lanterns. And the category that they're most famous for are the rooftop tents, which start with this one here and finish with the Pickup Mate Wingman X.
Vegas is iconic when it comes to the US and worldwide. And I'll tell you what, it has not let us down one bit. The weather has been perfect, 28 degrees every single day, sun's out every single day, have not seen a drop of rain or a cloud in sight. It's been absolutely fantastic. People everywhere, and we are heavily, heavily enjoying our time here. Looking at everything that, it's not just the American market, but the world market has to offer. There is some outstanding, outstanding products here. Highly, highly recommend it. If you can get here next year, make the trip, make it worthwhile, because you'll see us here, that's for sure.
That's our coverage of the 2025 SEMA show done and dusted. Special thanks to the team at TRE 4x4, Wildland International, and Novsight Lighting.